In this video, I'll be doing an unboxing of the new Scythe Byakko 2 CPU cooler, which is one of the more budget offerings from Scythe, and it's also one of the more compact CPU coolers as well. And as you can see, it supports both the AMD and Intel sockets, and taking a look at the box itself, it's actually pretty fancy for a budget CPU coolers box, and it shows here that it does support AMD, although it does also mention that it doesn't support TR4. But you wouldn't want to use the cooler this small on a TR4 socket CPU anyway, so that's not really a big problem. There's lots of Japanese writing here because Scythe is a Japanese company, and on the left side here you can see the specifications, and it does come with a 2300 RPM 92mm fan, which is a pretty high RPM, and I think it should deliver some pretty good performances from this cooler, which is probably gonna be quite surprising compared to the other coolers once I do the reviews. Now when you open the box, you immediately see the cooler itself on the top, as well as a warning on LGA 1200 support, which is, it's compatible because Intel's been using the same mounting system, which in this case, Scythe has chosen to use the Intel pushpin mounting method, which is kind of an odd choice when a simpler screw mounting method would have been nicer. But I guess this is a budget option, and really it should work pretty well because this cooler is pretty light. But it does concern me a little bit since I would prefer a more solid mounting option. And the AMD mounting is obviously already installed on the cooler itself. Now it also comes with a baggie of thermal paste. Well, it is a budget cooler, so there has to be some compromises, and the way they delivered the thermal paste is in a baggie, which is kind of odd because usually you have it in a tube or pre-applied, but that's not really a big problem. And also for the user manual here, they show how to install it on the AMD socket, which is pretty simple. It's just their typical AMD socket mount. There's no screws involved again. And they also show the Intel mounting system, which is just using the push pin, just like the stock cooler. Pretty simple as well. In fact, I think, like I said again, might be too simple because I'm not too confident those push pins are the strongest in the world. But yeah, here's the cooler itself. It comes with the 92mm Scythe fan. Again, it's 2300 RPM, so it is pretty high RPM, so it should perform pretty well. And the cooler itself is actually finished pretty nicely. There's no bent fins or any blemishes that I see from when I open the cooler. And the cutouts seem pretty unique too on this side, as you can see. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to help with cooling or anything, but it does look pretty cool. And because of the small cooler, they also only use 3 heat pipes, so it is not gonna be a super powerful cooler, but it should still suffice and be a lot better than both Intel and AMD stock cooler. At least that's what I hope it'll be. I'll be testing it against some Noxio coolers that I have and also a Corsair water cooler, so we'll see once I do the review. But this is looking to be a pretty nice little cooler, and especially if you're looking for a low profile solution, this looks to be a great option from Scythe. And I really like that they use these clips for the fans as well. There's nothing too weird. And the clips are pretty easy to use, which I really like because some coolers have really flimsy ass clips, which is pretty annoying to use. And this is the model number. And the fan itself also has some rubber corners on the edges, so it is pretty nice. It'll help prevent vibrations. And the fan is also kind of like this dark gray color on the fan blades and the frame. So it is a different color compared to just a standard fan, and it also comes with a nice sleeve cable, which is quite surprising because some coolers more expensive than this don't even come with a sleeve cable, and it also comes with a black cable underneath the sleeve, so that's pretty nice. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this, and if you do, please leave a like and please click subscribe to see more of my future videos. Thanks for watching.